Today we're going to take the complexity out of marketing and create a simplified marketing strategy for your business in 5 simple steps. And before we get started, I do want to say if you want to have someone create a plan for you, we offer a completely free marketing plan that covers a lot of what we're going to cover today. You just have to visit johnsonjonesgroup.com/marketing-plan, sign up to get a plan for free for yourself. But if you want to build one on your own, I'm going to show you the DIY simplified version of doing this, because there's a lot of guesswork around marketing and we want to take a lot of that out for you. So before we get started, if you look at this quadrant, we always look at marketing while we're building a plan of, is this a B2C business or a B2B business, and do you provide a good or service? Now, we're going to be honing in on specifically B2C service-based businesses. And the reason for that is they're very search engine heavy. Of course, if you are a plumber, you probably want to be on Google more often, because when you're hitting your customer when they're searching for you, i.e. plumber near me, as opposed to a strategy that might be more social media intensive. That might be more for B2C goods, because if you're marketing yourself as a plumber on social media, how many people are you really hitting that need a plumber at that moment? So we're focusing on B2C services because we're focusing on Google, and this is where these type of businesses tend to perform the best with this strategy that we're building. And we're going to start off by looking at a sales funnel. So the first thing you want to do is look at it as what we call connect, convert, close. It's basically, if you see here, let's say 100 people come to your website, how many people are moving on from just a visitor on your website to the convert stage? That would be filling out a form for an estimate, a meeting, a quote, or just a contact form. And then looking at okay, we've got 20 people who filled out this form. How many people actually became a sale? So if you build something like this, even if it's in a spreadsheet, it helps you really look at how many visitors does it take to visit my website to actually make a sale. And if you're advertising, you can look at, okay, clicks to my website are costing me this much per click. It should cost me this much to get a new client. And usually your funnel will look something like this. About 1 in 5 will convert on your website, maybe 1 in 10. And then out of that, maybe 1 in 4 become a sale. Sometimes that's better, sometimes it's worse, and it's really industry to industry. But the 5 steps for this are pretty straightforward. Step 1, create a keyword plan. Step 2, perform a SERP analysis and identify your traffic channels. We'll get into what a SERP is. It's very simple. Step 3 will be build out your pages. Step 4 is creating your ads. And step 5 is measuring and optimizing. So let's first start with the keyword plan. Google actually offers a free tool called Keyword Planner. If you Google that right now, you could jump in to this for free and build something similar to what I have here. Because we're a marketing agency and based in the Minneapolis designated metropolitan area, I've pulled a plan for this. And you can see I just typed in some keywords. It gave me a ton of ideas that I could add to it. And specifically, I wanted to look at marketing agency near me. Google's telling us that 320 people search this keyword every month in our metropolitan area. We can look at the month over month change or the year over year change with that, the level of competition there, and what other advertisers are bidding on a high and low range to have their ads being served. So this is a really useful tool to figure out how big your market is, how many people are looking for you. And so once you have this built out, I have plumber near me here. This is where we get into the SERP analysis. That's step 2. First, you build out your keyword list, have a master list of all the keywords you want to go to. Then you just start Googling it. Let's actually take marketing agency near me, because that is the keyword we're going to grab. So now with that whole list, you Google each keyword and you're taking notes on how is Google organizing the search engine result pages? What is the information Google's serving? We can see here right away there are 3 ads, so we know that Google ads are going to serve at the top of that page. Then we've got Google Map Pack. This is for any geographic related search terms. We could see that this would be your Google business profile, but also there's a sponsored listing in here. So you can add your business profile, you can link that with your Google ads. And we do have a video on how to do that so that you can be showing up at the top of the map pack as well. Below that, we've got one local business, Thrive here. And then below that, Hook Agency has created a piece of content. So this would be an article or a blog. And Google tends to serve those very well for specific keywords. And then below that, we have a directory. So for marketing agencies, Clutch is kind of our main directory. If you're a contractor, you're probably looking at Home Advisor, Angie's List. Wedding venues could be Wedding Wire, The Knot, so on and so forth. So as you're going through your list and Googling all these keywords and taking notes on what you're seeing, if you want to go the route of possibly paying for a featured listing on a directory, knowing which one is showing up the highest most often is really going to help you in making your decision of which directory would be best for you, because that's all these directories are. Basically, SEO optimized websites that are trying to show up for keywords that have a high percentage of a buyer searching that, or you could get a sale from that keyword. So now we have this SERP analysis. Let's say, okay, I want to do Google Ads. I'm seeing that show up a lot. I want to focus on my Google My Business profile. I want to link that to my ads, and I want to generate content and try and optimize my website so I can show up organically. These are all different steps you could be taking to show up in different places on those keywords. So how do we do that, right? Well, that's where we get to step 3 in building out our pages. There is a short-term and a long-term strategy. The short-term strategy is Google Ads. It's a pay-to-play service. As you turn that on, you start getting traffic right away. So I usually try to build hyper-relevant landing pages. I'll show you here where we've actually built out these sub-sites for our website. So if I want to go after contractors, that's one type of business we work with. I've built a website within my website so I can have web design for contractors or contractor SEO. For you, it could be different. I usually recommend mega menus. If we look here, we work in hospitality, healthcare, and home services. So if I were to jump into, let's say, healthcare, we work with a lot of therapy private practices. Here's a brand new website. And again, we go to web design, we've got therapist website design. So figure out a way that you can insert these keywords into your website, usually by building out mega menus. Even if you just have a drop-down menu, don't list all your services or all of your industries on one page. Just break them off into separate pages that are hyper relevant, and you can use those for advertising, and it also benefits your SEO. Also, if you notice, any keywords that we couldn't find a place to insert that into the website will usually generate a piece of content about it. So marketing for therapists or therapy ads, here are all different versions of kind of the same keyword that if we couldn't get that onto our website, we generate a post about it, and that helps us rank. As you saw earlier with the marketing agency near me, Google does tend to favor articles or content. So that's what you can do with the remaining keywords on your list that might not make it into your website. Again, with creating your ads, use those individual pages. As the more you can batch together keywords that are more specific and send people to a specific page, the better that this is going to work. So I just recommend creating landing pages. And again, that can work for SEO and ads. As we create pages over here for, say, therapy web design, this can rank organically, but if somebody's searching for web designer for therapy practice or therapist website design, as it is here, we have a very specific page for that. And that could be one keyword to one page that's going to help our ads serve better and perform better. And then finally, let's look at how do we measure and optimize. It's actually more simple than you think it would be. If we come to Google Analytics here, and if you don't have Google Analytics already installed on your website, I highly suggest it. Down here in the admin section, there is a thing called events. Now what you'll want to do is you'll create a thank you page for, let's say, let's say for your consultation, something like that. We can look at page path is this specific link. For you, it's going to be contact form, thank you, something like that. A thank you page that can only be accessed when somebody fills out a form. Then you just come in here and create an event for that, and you can mark that as a conversion. You can see for our marketing plan calendar, which you should sign up for a marketing plan so we can answer more questions to get into this. You just mark it as a key event, and now I can look in from January 1st to January 31st. I got 40 individual people who came in, or I guess 29 individual users who came in and filled out that form. So that allows you to see how you're performing. If you want to see, okay, I got this many visits, this many people filled out the form and got a plan from us, then we can look at our sales numbers, and it's going to give us an idea of how much does it cost to get a new client. And as we're monitoring that, we can kind of adjusts our goalpost. But in general, you want it to be about $1 in for 10 out. Meaning if I'm spending $100 a month on Google Ads, I would be hoping to generate $1,000 in sales. And that really is the sweet spot you're aiming for. And then as your SEO and your content starts ranking, all of that traffic is free. You're not paying for those clicks. So in the long-term strategy, you're actually lowering your cost to get a new client for your business. And that just kind of plugs into what you're already doing with your referral traffic or how you're organically getting sales. You can really scale your business by building a really simple strategy like this. But again, this is the simple version of that strategy. If you want a more complex, in-depth version of that that's specifically tailored to your business, I still recommend going to johnsonjonesgroup.com/marketing-plan, filling out this form and working with us directly for free to create something a little bit more in depth and tailored to your business. Otherwise, best of luck on a DIY venture for this plan, and I hope this helps.